hear me? You can't let anyone else watch these. Let anyone.
Amanda the Adventurer is back again with Wooly to help the viewers with their spelling. However, these curse tapes do not seem to be watched by a kid this time. Quite contrary, they seem to be watched by an adult who watches them due to curiosity, knowing full well they should be avoided and destroyed, with his fate being riddled in mystery and death. Hi folks, I'm R, and welcome to Amanda the Adventurer's latest update. Based on what we learned so far, is that cursed tapes should be avoided at all time, and they shouldn't even be watched for 1 second. Keep in mind that this video will have spoilers about all of the updates, and with that said, let's begin. I have already explained the earlier version of Amanda the Adventurer, which you can watch by clicking on the link above. I won't go over the same details again. Instead, I will cover different theories and the new content that is included. Amanda the Adventurer is back again with another update, this time expanding on the lore and what has been happening outside of the interactive edutainment videos. A painting at the back portrays 2 children playing with their eyes scratched out, as if they had been targeted by someone or something, whether having fallen victim and died or if they are about to. After watching the first 2 tapes, with Amanda starting to show her true colors of being a sinister entity, getting easily fed up with the wrong answers, and looking at Wooly in a threatening manner as if she's keeping him a hostage, a secret tape suddenly appears with its label being scratched out. Following the previous update, where a marked location was seen in the middle of the woods, Amanda and Wooly find themselves in the cartoony representation of the place, with Amanda mentioning that the treasure map led them here. Amanda pressuring Wooly to respond, having her voice distorted.
I said, aren't you excited?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
She explains that the GPS coordinates pointed out that the location of the treasure is marked X, with 3 different shapes appearing behind them, circle, square, and X from the right, respectively. Whoever is watching the tape is forced to press on X, as whatever other shape they press on, Amanda impatiently distorts the video, making the other shapes disappear, with X being only clickable. Amanda then subsequently displays that she has brought with herself 3 different items, a crowbar, a rope noose, and a shovel. She explains they used the crowbar for the house, the rope for something which is redacted, and the shovel for digging.
We already used the crowbar for the door. We used the rope for... And now we only have the shovel.
This clearly indicates that Amanda is a psychopath who used the crowbar to break into one of her victims' houses, with her subsequently using the rope to take their lives, with the video appropriately being redacted to censor the graphic nature of what she did. And finally, the shovel is being used now to dig a grave and dispose of the remains of the corpse. Amanda makes light of the situation, dismissing it as a fun game for the purposes of the viewer's education, saying that the shovel is used for digging out a treasure, which is clearly not the case, with both Wooly and Amanda being in the middle of a dark and gloomy forest park or woods, one of the last places anyone would visit at night. Wooly is clearly upset and quiet, not wanting to have any part in this, just being threatened and forced to be there, knowing full well what Amanda has done. After trying different words and not writing shovel, the word that Amanda wants the viewer to write, Amanda gets very impatient and agitated, pushing the viewer to write shovel, but interestingly, she doesn't tell the viewer directly to write shovel and instead points towards it, as if despite her powers, she cannot directly tell the viewer what to write, with her powers being limited to the confines of the edutainment video and its nature, even though she can manipulate the letters on the keyboard to write the word that she wants.
The only tool we haven't used yet is the shovel. With that said, the only tool we would need is...
Just as Amanda is ready to dig up, Wooly has enough and speaks up, defying Amanda and urging the viewers to stop watching and destroying the tape, sacrificing himself and bravely telling Amanda that he doesn't care what happens to him anymore.
Now we can dig this up before someone...
Okay, that's enough. Bah! No, I can't let you do this anymore. I don't care what you do to me. You, take the tape out now and destroy them. burn them, whatever. Just get rid of these other tapes. Do you hear me? You can't let anyone else watch these. Let anyone.
Willie begs the viewers not to let anyone watch the tapes when Amanda at the back starts levitating and slowly transforming into a sharp-teethed monster, glitching and distorting the video, bringing it to a sudden end, with Willie's fate being unknown until the next tape. The video is then transformed to a POV found footage style of video, with someone in the middle of woods at night trying to burn the tape he just watched. The tape that was scratched out, containing the footage of Wooly standing up to Amanda. As this person is walking in the woods, he hears footsteps and sounds of someone or something else, but decides to ignore it and continue with his mission. As this person tries to burn the tape, a strange force starts choking him, with whispers being heard preventing him from burning the tape. The man, unable to burn the tape, is forced to watch it, heading back home quickly in fear when the tape cuts to him being on the phone with someone.
Hello? Yeah, hey. Yeah, no, I found it. Yeah, I found the place. It was just off the highway. Yeah, not too far. I looked my phone. Yeah, no, they're all. Hold on, what? Was I followed? No, I don't think so. Who'd be following me? No, nobody was there. It was just me. Yeah, no, the tapes are all destroyed too. They're gone. Every single one. Yeah, no problem. Listen, it's getting late. I really need to get home. I got work tomorrow. So I'll call you when I get back home, okay? Cool. Okay. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.
On the phone, he speaks to someone who has seemingly tasked him with burning the tapes, who asks him if he was followed, clearly indicating whoever is on the other side of the phone tried to destroy the tapes as well, but was stopped by the strange force just like the guy on this tape, who also sensed that someone was following him or her. The guy on the footage lies, saying that he wasn't followed and that all of the tapes were destroyed, trying to dismiss the strange encounter he had with an invisible force. He quickly ends the conversation, avoiding further questions, with his point of view showing several tapes with a note, instructing him to destroy the tapes and to not watch them. After all this conundrum, finding himself in a predicament, a final tape remains labeled Episode 3. Inserting the tape into the player, Amanda is the only one standing, with remains of Wooly being observed on the ground. This update shows the events that led to this tape, with the scratched out tape not being intended to be watched by the viewer as something went wrong in Amanda's perspective, Wooly standing up to her and revealing that the tapes are a gateway for her to enter the viewer's realm and house. In the scrapped tape, she's even observed transforming into her monstrous form, something she doesn't want the viewers to see. That is why in the earlier versions of the game, this tape was not available. It is a tape that was intended to be scrapped for no other victim to watch and discover Amanda's true nature. The rest is known already, but as a summary, Amanda is in front of the viewer's house, with the footage being very realistic, depicting how Amanda has managed to enter the real world from the two-dimensional animation world that she's in. Amanda pressures the viewers to go close to the house and let her in, as if the only way she could enter is through the viewer's permission. This has been the case throughout the game, as Amanda only could enter the real world by someone watching the tapes, interacting with her, and eventually giving her permission to do what she wants to. That is why she could never directly tell the viewer what word they need to write, and instead, she gave them clues. Amanda, before entering the viewer's house, glitches out with her human form becoming a static, with her true demonic form being present in the viewer's house, doing to them what she did to the previous victims. As she mentioned on the scrap tape, she used a crowbar, a rope, and eventually a shovel to seal the deal. Despite using a crowbar, she seems to still need some sort of verbal, written, or even implied permission to enter someone's house. Therefore, the previous victim might have given Amanda an implied permission to enter their house, with Amanda doing the rest using a crowbar to break in. Amanda must have similarly been interacted with to be able to enter the previous victim's realm, who subsequently used the rope to kill them in a grisly manner. And finally, she used the shovel to bury their corpse. This is the unfortunate fate the recent victim or viewer suffered as well, seemingly the man who was tasked to burn the tapes, but backed out after being stopped by the invisible force. Amanda the Adventurer will possibly have more updates, expanding on the story, revealing in detail what happened to the viewer or the latest victim, with more subsequent stories following, as the updates are still on the first version. Therefore, the images of the first two kids could imply that they were the earlier victims who watched Amanda the Adventurer as it's meant for kids, helping them with their spelling. But the recent victim, who seems to be an adult, watched the tapes due to curiosity, knowing full well that they're cursed, even being told by his friend that they need to be destroyed and avoided. The viewer even tried, but failing to do so, his curiosity and fear takes over, watching the tapes, suffering a similar fate to the kids, dying in a brutal manner by the interdimensional, sinister being that is labeled Amanda. That's it for the end of this video, folks. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, you can stay tuned for more by hitting on the subscribe button and the notification bell. You can also tag me or DM me on Twitter with your game requests. It's been your host Star. Until the next time, have a fantastic day.